How to make a production plan. In this video, I'm super excited because our first project at Lean Built, a $120 million multifamily project, it's our first one. On this project, we have everything for the production plan in a software called Intact. And instead of talking about it, I'm going to show you how we have the executive summary and milestones, how we have all of the mobilization items, the deferred submittals, long lead procurement, and the trade partner preparation process all queued up in the production plan to kick off the production of our site, our foundations, our structure, our interiors, and the rest of the project. And this is really exciting because seeing it is exactly what I want everybody to be able to do, because we talk about material procurement, but let's see it. We talk about queuing up trade partners, but let's see it. Well, let's talk about managing milestones, but let's see it. So right now what I'm going to do is not just talk to you about production planning, but show you in a really awesome software and the versatility of it and the fact that you can export from this tax software into CPM. So it's quite remarkable. And I'm going to go to my computer to do this and take you right in the software. So if you're into that, stay with us. On we go. Okay, everybody, I am super stoked to be with you. I am in the software called Intact. As you know, Intact is our preferred tax software when we're creating production plans. There's many out there. We've been researching them for years, and Intact is the one that's developing the fastest and is the one that cares the most about users and the user experience and keeping it simple. So this is the one that we use. And so the second half of this video, I want to show how to make a production plan. Let me just explain a couple of things. And I'll just use my handy draw functions over here to do it. So on the top, we obviously have the timeline. This is a norm level production plan, so it's day by day. And then over here, you have your phases, areas, and zones to the left. So really neat layout, and you're able to enter anything in here that you need to and have full functionality to work with your production plan, see it the way you need it, and most importantly, export it and have it do the things that you want it to do. So let me go ahead and take you through how I have this organized, how we have this organized. First of all, we have the executive summary and milestones. Project management is, for me, really the things that we need to do to get ready for the project. And then you'll see right here, we have the bidding process, the TP3, which is our trade partner preparation process, procurement, and I'll go ahead and scroll over here. You can see, well, you could if you could see the whole production plan, but at the end of these, they're all tied down here to the actual production plan itself with the proper logic. And that logic exports as well if you're exporting to CPM. So it's really cool stuff. So we've got the procurement and then deferred submittals. So there's quite a bit on the drawings that were deferred submittals. By the way, this is actually something I'm proud of, not embarrassed at all. Before the design is done, well, there's certain things from the design that we know are long lead items, but we also throw into ChatGPT, hey, what are some other things that could end up being deferred submittals or something that's on our radar? So you'll see we have drawings, deferred submittals, and then ChatGPT. I don't care if this is incorrect or not. When we get close to this, we'll research, hey, is this actually a thing? And if it is, we're ahead of time. And if it's not, we just delete it. It's not a big deal. And that's what throws me real quick. Let me just do a quick sidebar. When we're actually looking at long lead procurement items, people are like, well, I don't have full specs yet. I don't have the full design. I don't care. Go type in the type of building you have. Tell ChatGPT where it is. Say thank you, first of all. And then say, hey, Home Slice, like, what are some things that are long lead? And give me the submittal prep, review, approval, lead time for each one of them. And ChatGPT does a great job. And you plug it in, and at least you're managing it and you're identifying whether or not it's real. So anyway, inside our production plan, we have the procurement, long lead, deferred submittals, the trade partner preparation process when it comes to site make ready and general requirements. So the first 120 days, any critical timelines that we have on the project. I like timelines like, hey, when do we have to sign up for temporary power, for the trailers, things like that. And then we get down here to our civil, foundations, and then our exterior, and then I'll take you down here to the interior. So these all look like normal tac plans, the things that you're used to from a production planning standpoint. Okay, so here's the deal. How to make a production plan? Well, first of all, you create your master schedule, your macro level tac plan. But once you're ready, everything in here that you're seeing, meaning this first sequence, actually, let me take you over here. This would be floor 1, zone A. This right here is all from a pull plan. Okay, easy peasy, right? With the trade partners. That's how you get that detail. And I do want to say something. something. There are people in the tact world that think you need to put it into wagons, but the truth is in multi-train tact plans, you can have different rhythms. So you see this is on its own tact time, its own tact time, its own tact time, its own tact time. Gypcrete is on its own tact time. Then this is the remainder of the building, and then you have a standard tact time, right? So the production plan is in a time by location format, right? And it's done by zone. This first sequence is a pull plan, and then it cascades on the tact time, and we have what's called trade flow, okay? So when you do this, you have to have the right number of zones. So I've talked to you in previous videos about having the right number of zones. If you have the right number of zones, then you will be able to finish on time and to gain buffers in your overall production plan. So one of the first things that I want to take you to is I want to go down to the bottom of the production plan actually. Sorry, it took a little bit to render there, but you'll see this is the end, and then we have a bit of a buffer. Now this looks like a big buffer, but you will need some time in that buffer according to your risk analysis. So when you create your norm level tact plan, you need to make sure that you understand the end in relation to your substantial completion date, and make sure that all of that is 100% vetted and ready to go. And so that should be up here in a milestone on the top. So you'll see this buffer here at the end, and you'll also see that that ties to our substantial completion milestone. And so we know that we have enough buffers. This might seem like quite a bit right now. We will adjust the actual end date. We'll probably end up somewhere mid-August here in just a minute. But the first thing that what you'll do as a part of your overall deal is make sure that you have the right amount of buffers at the end and the right substantial completion date. And then everything else should work back from the commissioning to the interiors to the exterior, which is what you're seeing right now, all the way to concrete and civil, and should trigger the right start date. So for us, you see over here, May 19th is our notice to proceed, right? So that means that everything from a timeline perspective, the trade partner preparation process, the deferred submittals, our material procurement, the queuing up of buyout, and our bidding all needs to queue up to release us to the right start. So we work it from the end to when we need to start to what timelines we need to manage out ahead. So my point with this is you start with the end date, you create a production plan with the right amount of zones, with the right zoning, with enough buffers to cover your risks, and then you work everything back to where everything from a make-ready standpoint is starting on time to enable you and your team to be successful. And so I just wanted to show you an example of a production plan in Intact. We're using this on the project. You can see we already have completed activities. We've done this with many, many projects, and it works out so well. The bottom line is make a plan to succeed, and to do that, you're going to have to start on time. So I'm going to link you in the description below to this software. We can actually give you examples if you reach out to me with my cell phone number or my email, and we'll turn this into a blog post because we really want you to see what's required. But let me just finish by saying you need to have logistics plans and zone maps and a production plan that has the right make-ready activity, the buyout, the trade partner preparation process, your material procurement, your deferred submittals, any other timelines, so that you can actually start your production plan on time and finish with buffers to cover your risks ahead of your substantial completion. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.